YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with my review of the Legacy Titanus Limited Black Edition. So they decided to finish off the trilogy by giving us a limited Black and Gold edition of Titanus after we got the Megazord and Dragonzord. And it's actually kind of special, kind of like Dragonzord, because we never got this back in the past. The Legacy Black Gold Megazord was based off something we actually did get, and these types of repaints aren't really unheard of. We've gotten them throughout the years on occasion. They're pretty rare, but they used to do it in Japan quite often. But I was pretty excited about this because I actually really love the Special Edition variant Megazords, specifically the black and gold colored ones. I have like a little small collection of them. So like when we decided to do more, I was actually pretty excited for this. So I'm probably into this and the Dragonzord a bit more than most people, and I definitely see why, because spoiler alert for the rest of the review, this really isn't a must-have for most people. That almost became a must. I can't even mess it up right. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm just going to sort of go over him quickly. There's not really a whole lot other than just looks to go over, and then I'm going to cut to already having him in Ultrazord mode, and then I'll explain, you know, it's super easy stuff. Like, it's easy to do, it's just hard to do on camera because of the space and, like, issues of, like, you know, working around, trying not to knock things over, and I've been frustrated with different versions in the past, so I'm just deciding to cut that out. I believe I did the same with Legacy Titanus Original Recipe, and if and when I review the original Titanus, there'll probably be a similar thing. But anyway, I think this guy looks really good. Titanus is a design I've always been pretty okay on. Like, I thought he was cool, but he's never been an absolute favorite. I thought Legacy Titanus was really nice. It was a bit smaller, if I recall, than the original Titanus from MMPR's original run, but that was a really weird way of saying that, because I, like, changed direction a million times. But the design's just something I've always been kind of like, oh, that's cool, but it's not a favorite. But I really like the black gold color scheme on Titanus. I think it looks really nice, and I do prefer it to his regular color scheme. And I think especially like with all these little details, like in here, you see you got all this in here, just kind of, it just meshes well with it. And the red accents as well are nice because I think it complements it without overpowering it or making it seem really out of place. I think it just looks really cool. Like I said, I was pretty excited about this in Dragonzord, and I think that the black gold color scheme really lends itself really nicely to him. Something I want to note real quick here. This gold chain here is supposed to go on these two little bits here, but it's kind of annoying to get on for me, and I'm gonna have to take it off anyway in a minute to do the Ultrazord. So usually you just drape it over here like this, but it's kind of cool to get a gold chain. So I'm just gonna set that aside there so it doesn't fall off when I switch them around, and also so I don't get, you know, people commenting like, oh, it wasn't attached correctly. Like, I know how it was attached, I just kind of did a temporary thing. But anyway, so here's the back of Titanus. Look at that sexy tail action. That's actually could mean something, which is kind of funny. I didn't mean to. Anyway, so yeah, he's identical on the other side, basically. But it's just really cool, and I dig him a lot. And the mold for this, like I think I said something about this a few seconds ago, is really nice. It's a bit smaller than the other one, but I think it's a lot just kind of nicer, sleeker, a bit more accurate. I just wanted to get a look here too at the front piece, which I think looks really cool. And one of the main, like, I don't know if I want to call it a draw or features, but one of the main, like, really cool things about the Titanus update was the neck articulation. It's just a really nice, subtle touch that, like, just gives this personality, whether you have him, oh, and his mouth can open too, whether you have him, you know, displayed like this or in one of the Ultrazord modes, it just gives it a little bit of character, and it's always nice with things like that, and there's not really nothing else you could do besides this to give it character, but I especially appreciate it with mecha and stuff like this, where all of your things are in the same, you know, position. That sounds weird, but like pose and stuff, and just being able to turn the head a little bit sometimes makes all the difference, and this is just really nice and makes him look all the more epic. Okay, so I'm going to be swapping out. I'll do the prep here, basically, first for that, I guess, so that you can see that. But basically, we're going to take this piece off here. This is going to attach on the front of the Mega Dragonzord. So we'll take this off, set it aside, and then just fold this down, because this is where the chest piece slash, like, weapon piece for Dragonzord Warrior mode is going to go. And then just take his little front legs off, and they're going to attach onto the Megazord as well. So we'll set those aside. Don't want to pull too hard. And then just take the tail completely off as well. Separate them, and we can actually do this right now because it's super easy. It just latches on right here really nicely. This was also a much more secured system than the original one. Whoops, did not mean to do that. But I don't know why I said but. Like the other one had like a weird peg system that I found kind of annoying to deal with, to be honest. So yeah, that I believe is pretty much all the prep other than wanting to open this back piece there. So you have Titanus already, and when you see him, he will be all decked out with this. And here we have the beauty himself. Full disclosure, I did quote-unquote half-ass this part a little bit just because clipping it in on top super annoying, so I just kind of set it on there, and I think it's doing pretty solid. But yeah, everything you have to do is pretty simple. It just kind of boils down to it being kind of difficult for me to place him and stuff without like knocking the camera over in an awkward way. But all you do here is attach this front piece, super simple, and then attach these two claws and string the chain between them, and then he gets the chest piece right here. And then also the tail will go on the back, but because of the space, again, I hate that space is an issue here, but at least I don't have to record this without the station like the Power Sword. But otherwise, with the space, you wouldn't be able to see it, or he would be like right up on you like that. So, but yeah, that's where the tail's gonna go, which also makes it a smidge annoying for various displays and whatnot. But anyway, this looks really cool. This is like one of the coolest parts of this for me. I just think it's really neat to have this guy all decked out in black and gold. I think it looks really awesome. He looks like he just wants focus right there, like, focus on me, I'm the main event, son. Nope, just Chuck Testo, not the realistic mount, Titanus. But yeah, I just think it looks really cool. I like it a lot, although admittedly I'm a bit torn because I think this looks really cool. Like I just said about 5 times. I think it's really awesome, kind of like when you just have Titanus in general, or the Ultrazord in general. It's just kind of this accomplished feeling, and it just kind of this awesome thing to display. And the black gold edition, I think it looks even cooler than the regular edition. But I think the coolest thing to come out of the combination of having these black and gold editions still might be Dragonzord Warrior mode in black gold edition. I think that still looks the coolest, so I'm not sure. Part of me wants to display this all together, saves a bit of space, sans the tail, but I also just really like the Dragonzord Warrior mode, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. But anyway, that's pretty much about it. It's kind of an interesting verdict to get here at the end because this is a nice product, just like the original Titanus. It's a nice update. I really liked it. It's pricey for sure, but I believe this is $50 cheaper than when Titanus originally released, because I believe Titanus did get a price drop, so there's that. But given that this is a special edition repaint, there's nothing else different to it, you know, there's no remolds, special sounds, free something that comes with it, it's just a straight up repaint. This is definitely not a must-have for anyone. It's the same quality. I think the gold looks really cool. I basically only recommend this to people like me that are either completionists or just really like things like this, because I think that you won't be disappointed. But for, you know, the average collector out there, whether you're just getting things here and there or you just want things from the show, I can say pass on it. Not because it's an awful quality, but it's definitely much more of a niche thing that you really have to be into, so it's not for everyone. Also, real quick here at the end, because I don't want to forget to mention it, this does include 2 little braces, which I'm not sure how well you can see, but that are on the Megazord legs to give him stability. He's still a little bit kind of wonky and it makes me nervous, but it does help a little bit. Anyway, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's Dawson Ryder, signing out.